Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to the 11th part of our Identity Crisis campaign, where last time we played as Multan and Meng Mao, but if you're new around here and you haven't seen any of the other parts, I do recommend going back and watching a couple of them, although, of course, it's not necessary to continue with the series. Or if you've been following along with each episode and you haven't subscribed yet, then I definitely recommend doing so, and liking this video will be a huge help to push it forward. With that out of the way, let's see which nation we get next. And we get Ethiopia. Interesting. Ethiopia is in a little bit of a difficult situation here, but definitely not impossible if we play the cards correctly. Alright, starting off, we are completely caught up with the institutions, which is something you love to see right off the bat. Unfortunately, the estates could be doing quite a little bit better, so we'll just fix those up real quick. Our income is not amazing, but we do have this one gold province that I have my eye on. In fact, 2 gold provinces we can really make a lot off of if we play it correctly. It doesn't look like we can do much with our merchants. We're at -1 stab. We're quite behind on admin tech. Our ideas, however, are respectable. I like these ideas. As for our expansion, it looks like we're blocked off quite significantly by the Mamluks here. Doesn't look like there's going to be an opportunity to try and get rid of them, so I might as well try and be friendly and maybe do something about keeping them off my back. Ooh, we're also working through internal conflicts right now, which is pretty bad. So we're going to try our best to try to get that over with as soon as possible. Yeah, we really don't want this. We also don't want corruption increasing. I would definitely prefer loans over corruption. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and get indebted to the burghers because those loans are significantly cheaper to have. Our legitimacy is also pretty poor and is decreasing because of our terrible prestige. Oh boy, something definitely happened around here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy. Now I need to get stabbed to 1. I'm going to have to get rid of these rebels and decrease my unrest. That's all doable. Just hopefully I don't get killed in the process. We can take this tech, but that'll give me more corruption to root out, and I kind of don't want to do that. I think instead I would rather spend that on deving a little bit of the gold around here, because we definitely need a little bit of money. Yeah, almost half of our income is going to come from gold. Now here's an issue. Peasants actually might end up enforcing their demands because they own the capital. I don't think 5 months is enough to actually siege this because it's defensiveness. So, we're going to have to give in to the peasants, I think. Which is just going to lose 50 prestige, which it's not good, but it's not like we have much of an option there. It is what it is. Prestige is down bad, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. And if I can get 1 stability, then we'll be good. There we go. Order's been restored. That's a good start. This is great, actually. If these Elodian separatists are successful in Funj, then we can attack Elodia. Oh, well, exactly like that, actually, yeah. So when this truce is done in a couple of years, then go ahead and yoink his land. I'm going to set that focus to admin, so we might be able to take a tech within this lifetime, perhaps. I think I'm also pretty likely to go to war with Makuria, because they're not that great as an ally, but you can try and absorb their land. Okay, the army's been fully built. We'll be ready for war in about a year or so. Oh geez, I have no idea what just happened here, but it looks like a Dal just slapped Makuria. Yikes, that's not good. Alright, let's prepare for war real quick. Oh, and there go my friendly separatists gone. There we go. Next admin tech, which will give us... economic quantity would be this guy's last hope at this point, really. I'm thinking economic because he doesn't make that much money. Okay, this is probably the one and only conquest we'll be able to do as Ethiopia here. Everyone that I could either no-CB or attack is protected by the Mamluks, who are the defender of the faith. If the Ottomans end up stealing it, then that'll work out in my favor. Otherwise, there's no more expansion for Ethiopia. And we can take the next Miltech, I guess. And let's get a new general. This guy just died. And we'll be able to take some land back real quick. There we go. That should help the economy slightly. So at this point, it doesn't really look like there's much we can do. I'm just going to continue improving relations with a couple of nations, but other than that, this is pretty much the best we can do with the 10 years we have here. I can move the capital, but, I mean, the capital's already on a mountains and it has a fort, so I don't think that's a good idea. I could try and collect trade in some areas. It won't help at all, but I'll do that. Alright, not much time left. Some of these cores will actually not be done at all by the end of our run here, so let's just grab whatever text we can. This will hurt us a little bit to do that, actually, so I'm going to encourage the AI to not take that tech. I'd much rather give them a little bit more money. There we go. That's something. A little bit of cash. They have some advisors now. The estates don't hate them. They got a little bit of land back. They're out of the disaster. They took a little bit of land. And they're up to date. Well, not up to date on any text, but they're doing a little better on some of the text now. We managed to get him in alliance with Karagwe here, but there's not much else we can do for him. He is a very isolated nation, different religion, surrounded by a religion that's very unified and has a defender of the faith in the same continent. It doesn't look too great for him, but we gave him the best chance we could, I think. Alright, that's going to be it for Ethiopia. We don't really have much else we can do for him. I think I gave him the best possible chance to survive. Alright, let's move on to the next nation. Okay, and the next nation we're going to get is Regensburg. Okay. Considering the number of tags that are in the HRE, I'm surprised we haven't played as a German tag yet. So this should be interesting. Alright, our force limit is 14. I don't want any more cavalry, I don't think. Well, actually, we can clearly afford cavalry. I might as well have cavalry. Also, we make so many points. God damn, I forgot how good it is to be a republic. Up to date on every tech, we're about to cap on admin. Disgusting. I think for us, it's pretty obviously going to be advisors, you know, right out the gate. We've taken admin, offensive, espionage, economic, and defensive. All I can say is that admin is probably the most useless thing that Regensburg here has even taken, like, ever. There's no way that CCR is going to be useful for anything. He's still a free city. Now, the big question is, should we stay a free city? Is that something we should do, maybe? Well, it's not possible to vassalize Bavaria, and he's our only neighbor, so he's the only one we can invade. I could try and no-CB someone, but I think that would cause too much of an issue with AE inside of the HRE, and with Dortmund deciding to intervene. So I think the best case for us right now would end up being rivaling Bavaria and trying to find some allies. Also, most of the HRE is currently Catholic, and trying to ally Catholics when you're Protestant is nearly impossible. So either we're going to try and ally Austria, which probably won't ally us because we're too weak, or I'm going to flip to Catholic and try to be friendly with some of the Catholics around here. I think the best case scenario is if I change out a couple of my ideas, if I develop myself a little bit taller, because right now we have extremely good development cost. Like, yeah, we are 30 development and it only costs 43 to increase that. That is ridiculous. That is literally less than the base cost. So I'm going to improve relations with a couple of the guys around us. And we just have a ridiculous amount of money. I think it actually is worth just placing down a massive fort here. It's going to take a couple of years to build, but by the time we finish building ourselves tall, it'll be done, I think. Okay, let's fix the estates a little bit. Let's take some land back. Our alliance options so far are pretty garbage, but we might be able to improve them. Yeah, let's just spam out a little bit more development here. And we're also going to be getting rid of these defensive ideas, I think. Instead, I'll go for quantity. In this case, I'm actually going to keep espionage because of the aggressive expansion impact. Okay, we've built our city up to 53 dev. I think it's time for us to swap religions back. The Empire is also Catholic, so we'll get a couple of bonuses. I can unally Baden here, and I'll ally Würzburg. I'll also get a bunch of claims on Bavaria here. Okay, now we can ally a bunch of better nations, and I can ally Passau, and I'll see if I can do something with Poland. Emperor of China in name. What is happening here? Okay, interesting update. Hosokawa is now the Empire of China, and changed religions to Confucian. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling a little bit of confusion. Man, I really hope this doesn't end up ruining him. That would suck. Okay, our beautiful capital Star Fort is complete. We'll go ahead and convert ourselves. And while our leader is good, I think I'm gonna go and focus on the military guy. Just get a new one. We'll re-elect him next time, maybe. Oh, and he's strict? No way. So if I can get this discipline guy, then we can get 115% discipline. That is pretty good. Okay, let's get ready for the next Miltech. This is what we're going to use to try and take down Bavaria really quickly. This military tech, in combination with this discipline advisor, will get us 120% discipline, an additional 0.25 tactics. Alright, 2 more years now. Oh, and some prestige, nice. Alright, I think it's worth it. We're gonna whip out the extra 5% discipline on this guy. We're gonna lose money, but we have a massive treasury, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, I've claimed every province around me. Hopefully we'll be able to take all of them. The army is fully drilled. We have the next military tech. Our tactics are 3.0, which will be a total 0.5 above anyone who doesn't have discipline. Currently we are the most disciplined in the entire world. Alright, 1 more year until the fated war is upon us. Also just gonna bring us to 22 men, I think. Okay, we're losing 10 nuggets a month, but thankfully that'll still keep us alive for 320 months. There's no one else I can ally which would be helpful to this cause, so we're just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to start off by going for Landshut here, and I'm going to see if I can move into Ingolstadt. If I can't, then that's okay. The only thing is I don't want this guy to occupy all this. Actually, if I just do this, so I'll declare the war, I'll grab this and this, I'll go after Ingolstadt, which is the one piece of land that I really want, and we'll begin. Alright, we don't have much time. I think the best strategy is going to be focusing down Cleves first, actually, if I can. Now, they're going to try and siege this down, however, it is a level 6 fort, so it's going to need more men, and the defensiveness on there is going to keep them occupied for quite a long time. Now, as we can see, poor Cleves out here does not have military tech 21. Poor Cleves also only has 2% discipline. Rather unfortunate for our friend Cleves here, as he is now fighting with 0.7 less military tactics. So if you look at the numbers here, he is losing probably double or triple the casualties. And there goes the stack wipe. Once we take Cleves' land, he'll probably peace out immediately. We're already off to a pretty good start on the numbers here. Okay, Cleves will leave, we'll just take his alliance, I don't need anything from him. Now let's go back home and focus on their next ally. Next we have Mulhouse or Tuscany. We can actually make our way down to Tuscany, so I don't mind doing that. And we're just going to keep this guy. We only have a year left, oh boy. Well, this should keep them occupied for a while, I'm not too worried about our fort here. Mulhouse will leave, so we will gladly take his resignation here. Tuscany's at 11, he's not willing to leave yet. Well, we'll have to decrease his military strength, it looks like. Only a couple of months left. There we go, we grab this, I'll ask him to attach. But he doesn't really want to move over here with me. He would much rather go after his capital, actually. If you say so. After all, we are moving much faster than they are. That was fast. Okay, yeah, kind of weird, but we're actually just taking his land extremely quickly. Didn't expect this to happen, but I'm not opposed to it. I don't have that much time left. I might just try and see if I can peace out with something like this. Alright, as long as he doesn't take this, come on, nice. Actually, I don't think I can even take all of this. That would be a big coalition. I could take something like this instead. Still 3 provinces, just doesn't kill me as much. And we'll get rid of his alliance as well. Okay, there we go. We'll core those all up, and once they're done being cored, we can easily convert them. So that's good. But our land force limit has grown to fit the size of our current army. We've grabbed ourselves an extra fort and a little bit more land to dev into. We're going to lose our free city status, but that's okay. I'll just give the clergy a little something something here, and I think we're pretty much good to go. Alright, so we went from 1 free city, which was 30 dev, to deving our capital to 56 dev and gaining 3 more provinces. Inside the AHRE, that is a feat in of itself. Hopefully Regensburg, with his improved economy, land, and army force limit, can push himself to victory in Bavaria here. I'll just give him a couple of extra claims on some provinces here, and that will be it for this nation. Coincidentally, that's also it for this episode. So if you guys enjoyed watching, it would be appreciated if you drop a like, as I said at the beginning. And as always, this is Quarbit signing off. Have a fantastic day. I would like to give a quick thank you to all of the patrons for the month of January, especially those we have starting in the general tier: Quiet Guy, Brennan Arsenault, Ben Greenhagen, Torvald, Theron, Brumant, Natsuki, and Dire Avenger. Those we have in the Prince tier, Snowraven and Rockbox 2020. In the King tier, we have Chewy Shoot. In the Elector tier, we have TFLJ Martis. And in the Conqueror of Worlds tier, we have The Watcher. Thank you guys so much for your pledges, it really does mean a lot to me, and I can't possibly thank you enough.